In this video, I want to take you on a quick guided tour of the CRM so that you can see not just the features, but see how this can really help you systemize your business and spend less time on the boring, tedious work and more time speaking with your leads and closing deals. Now, the first thing that you'll see when you log in is just called the dashboard. And when you're first getting started, there's not going to be a lot of information here. But eventually, this will give you a good high-level overview of what's going on, how many leads do you have, how are you converting those leads, just the numbers. But if I'm being honest, I don't spend a lot of time here in my business. Where I spend the most time is in two different areas, and that's what we're going to focus on in this video. We're going to look at the opportunities section and the conversations section. I'm going to start with opportunities because this is where I feel everything really lives. This is where the main pipeline and where your leads are organized. You'll start off most likely in the seller's pipeline unless you've customized the name. This is what it's going to look like. This is where your new leads go and where you'll spend most of your time. Now, these are obviously fake leads that we have here for the demo, but what's going to happen for you is when a lead comes in, you'll get notified via a text message or email if you prefer, and your client or potential client will also get a text message, and we'll go into that in a minute. But they're also going to show up here in this new lead section over here on the far left. Eventually, there's going to be a lot of leads here, and that will grow and grow. And as the lead progresses through the sales cycle, we drag and drop to whatever pipeline stage they need to be in. And there's different automations that will happen in these various stages. We're trying to make this as simple as possible. If you can drag and drop a record like this, if you can drag and drop, you can use the CRM. We're trying to take out as much of the complicated stuff that is found in so many other systems and really make your life easy. But let's talk about some of the stuff that actually happens. What's going on in the background when a lead comes in and what happens as we move them through the CRM? Well, like I said, when they first come in, the lead gets a text and you get a text. Your text is more notifying you that you have a lead, giving you the basic information so you know that to check the CRM. The text that your client will get is an introduction to you. This is a message that you can customize, but for the most part, we like to keep it simple because what we have works. I'm going to head over to the marketing and the campaigns that are sent out just so you can see it. This is not something you have to edit, but I want to show you what it looks like. What are some of these messages? I'll head over to automations. I'm going to click on campaigns. The first campaign I want to look at is very simple. It's just called New Lead Simple. And here you'll see the first messages that are being sent out. I'll open it up to edit. This will work out of the box, but you can of course come in and edit this to match whatever message you'd like to send to your leads. We like to start very simple. Hey, and then it'll input the first name. This is John from Easy Home Buyer. It'll input your name. I hope you're having a great day. I just received the info you're submitting about your property. That's the first message. Then about 30 seconds later, they get the second. Just curious, have you made any updates to your home in the last year, or are there any major or minor repairs that need to be done? The strategy behind these opening messages are that we want it to be conversational, and we want them to feel like it's a normal person texting them and not a big scary company that's trying to take their home. We're just a local buyer, and we want to know a little more information about the property before we make our offer. This text, just curious, have you made any updates, gets a lot of responses. It's very non-threatening. But we won't go too much more into the psychology of the messages in this video, but I did want to just give you a quick overview so you can see what's happening. Let's go back to the opportunities section so we can see more of what's going on throughout the pipeline. our new lead, John Doe, is sitting in our new lead section because he's new and because we haven't had a conversation with him yet. But let's just say that you get the notification to your phone, he gets the text, you quickly try and make a call, and for some reason you're not able to reach him. Well, that's okay. And in fact, that's pretty common if we're being honest. But all you need to do to continue the follow-up process and give you the best chance of getting this lead on the phone and ultimately the best chance of closing a deal is drag that lead from your new lead section to your attempted contact section. That attempted contact stage is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. This is a list of leads that have come in recently that we have attempted to contact but haven't yet been able to. What the system is going to do is it's going to send a high-touch campaign, meaning there's multiple touch points over a week. This is about a 7-day sprint, what's going to happen here, where the lead is going to get text messages and emails every day trying to get you back on the phone with them, trying to get them to respond in some way, whether that's booking a call, whether that's just sending open-ended questions so they get a response, or whether it's more of a direct, are you available to talk right now? There's a lot of messages. We mix it up. We like to test to see what works. You can always go back into the automation and adjust those messages yourself. But for the most part, we try and keep these messages as they are because they work. And we know that this first week is critical to your success. People are more likely to respond in this week than they are at any other week throughout the campaign. But if they don't respond, it's not the end of the world. In fact, it's just part of the process. After about a week, if they haven't responded, you can drag them in to the 6-month nurture stage. This is a longer-term follow-up sequence that stretches out over 6 months. And in fact, we're always adding to this campaign to make it longer and longer. Very soon, it'll be well over a year of automated, persistent follow-up that you don't have to think of. It's just happening for you in the background. It's one of my favorite feelings to see leads that I've completely forgotten about out of nowhere send me a text saying that they're ready to sell and they'd love to talk to me. That's the magic of automated follow-up. The rest of the stages are a little bit simpler in that there's not a lot of automations or triggers or campaigns that will happen when we move people there, but they're great at keeping you organized. So if you have made contact with the lead and let's say you've got an appointment set, then move it to appointment set. Or if you've put it under contract or you've made an offer, just move it to the corresponding stage. The pipeline stages may look a little bit different in your CRM than they are here. We do continually test and tweak these to try and best fit the workflow of the majority of our clients. In another video, I'll show you how you can actually go in and change those for yourself to closer match your workflow. But again, as with everything else, it should work out of the box, but you can make changes if you'd like. Now, the last thing that I want to cover in this video is the other area in the CRM that you'll spend the most amount of your time, and that's the conversations. I'll click on the Conversations tab over on the left. Conversations tab is just like any messaging app that you're probably already familiar with. It's an easy way to interact with all the conversations you're having with your different leads. You can click into any conversation, you can send texts, you can dial, you can send emails, all from one place. This will also show you a record of any messages that you may have missed from your clients or any interactions that you might have had that have happened either in the CRM or offline that you've taken notes of. It's just a really easy way to keep track of all the things going on in your business and all the conversations that you're having. I say it all the time. I believe that conversations create cash flow. The more conversations you're having with potential customers, the more customers you're going to have. Just pay attention to the conversations area and you'll close more deals. It's that simple. There's a lot more that we could go over in the CRM, but I wanted to keep this video pretty simple. The two areas that we spend 95% of our time is between the opportunity stage and the conversations. Between those two places, you can get done just about everything that you need to do. There are, of course, more advanced features. There's an entire calendar system built in here. There's an entire website and funnel builder. You don't need to use Carrot or ClickFunnels or WordPress or anything. It's all here. You can accept payments. You can build all sorts of really incredible automations. You can automate your social media scheduling. There's a lot here, but I really believe that the best tools are the ones that you use. And we know that if we overcomplicate, that it's not likely that we're going to use the tools. So let's keep it simple for now. And if you ever get confused, just click the chat bubble in the bottom right, and our team will jump in to help you as quickly as they can. I hope this was a helpful overview. There's, of course, so much more to learn, and we'll break that up into smaller bite-sized videos. This is just to get you off to the races as quickly as possible. Hope you enjoy. Start closing deals. We'll talk soon.